Geforce now has come out with far more features and games than Stadia off the bat, with the integration of Steam and Epic, as well as the Ubisoft store, and supporting Uplay Plus out of the gate. However, it's not without its concerns and issues. Here, I was looking at gameplay on Recon Breakpoint, as it's a game I own on Stadia and I've played quite a lot. You can see here that just the startup process, especially on Ghost Recon, is extremely laborious. First of all, I've got to start the machine up, log in, and then it's got to download and update. So I set the timer running here. I've skipped it forward quite a bit because it took nearly 10 minutes just to allocate the disk space in this virtual environment, and then it took approximately another 10 minutes to download it and actually get it to run. You can see that it's going through all the different cycles of downloading, then it prepares to start the game, and then once it actually launches, it does seem to be a little bit quicker. So we go 17 minutes till it actually started to launch the game, and for some reason every time Ghost Recon Breakpoint started, it goes through this entire process. So even if I just shut it down to change one of the settings, as soon as I start it up, I've got to wait this 10 to 20 minutes for it to start back up again. Once the game starts, it's not devoid of any loading times again. So once we get in, you'll see that it actually takes a fair amount of time for the level to start as well. So now the level's loading. You can see I had the timer in the way a little bit here, so I did move it up. So now it's actually loading the game. See, another couple of minutes have passed before I'm finally into the game. So just under 21 minutes in total to get from startup to into the game. Just a little bit slow off the bat for Geforce now. Of course, this is not the case with all of the games. Here is Stadia with exactly the same game. This is one that I've been playing the most. So from a cold start browser, go to the Stadia homepage. As with Geforce now, I'm already logged in. So I then just select the game and launch it. And at the moment, this is where Stadia, especially for Ghost Recon Breakpoint, really shines, because any of the updates are done behind the scenes. Therefore, the loading time here to get actually into the game is far, far shorter. In 35 seconds and the game's loaded. Then from the start screen, you'll see how much quicker it loads into that level. Okay, just under a minute until from the loading screen we're back into the game, and there we go, 2 minutes from cold start until we're actually in and playing. Now, of course, with Geforce now, this is not the case with all the games. On Borderlands 3, unfortunately I don't have this on Stadia, but in Borderlands 3, which has used the Epic launcher, you can see that this is much faster in the Geforce now to start up than Ghost Recon. So that I don't know if there's an issue around Ghost Recon in general, but you'll see here that again this takes nearly 2 minutes to launch from cold start. The only difference is with Geforce now, the very first time you log in, you do have to connect the account and relog into the account. So from the first launch, you do have to go through your verification on the various stores. So for Epic, you have to just log in once. For Steam, if you've got two-factor verification, you have to go through that process as well. But you only have to do that the first time. So when you relaunch, it's much smoother. Okay, 50 seconds and the game has launched. $112 to the title screen. And then loading in is actually also pretty quick. A minute and a half from cold start into the game. So this is back with Stadia now. You can see here the quality of the gameplay. I've tried to get the same place in both games. So you can see a bit of explosion, some of the foliage, just walking around in general. Flames and smoke really show up the quality in the game, so again, tried to show the difference here. I'm switching to Geforce now. Again, this should be in exactly the same place. See those explosions. Both of them have a little bit of stutter at the very beginning, but once the frame rate settles down, you can see a fair amount of difference in the contrast. Stadia seems to be a bit brighter, but it might just be the different encodecs. I do have my Stadia set to VP9. Geforce now, again, you can see that although the colours look a lot better, there does seem to be a bit more blockiness around those flames and the smoke. But all in all, it's still extremely playable. And here you can see just those flames side by side, just to try and see and tell the difference.